Today I am excited to share with you 5 powerful ways to develop an unstoppable mindset. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the chaos and lose sight of our goals and dreams. We often find ourselves facing challenges and setbacks that can leave us feeling defeated and discouraged. But I'm here to tell you that you are not alone in this struggle. In fact, it's a common experience that we all go through at some point in our lives. The good news is, by listening to this message, you can turn things around and cultivate an unbreakable mindset that will propel you towards success and fulfillment. So get ready to discover the 5 key principles that will help you develop an unstoppable mindset. Let's get started. Starting with number 5. The 5th way to have an unstoppable mindset is taking massive action. We live in a world where information is at our fingertips. We have access to endless resources and knowledge, all at the click of a button. We can learn about anything and everything, but what good is all this knowledge if we do not put it into action? As the saying goes, knowledge is power, but only if it is applied. You see, having an unstoppable mindset is not just about having a positive attitude or setting goals. It is about taking massive action towards those goals. It is about putting in the work, day in and day out, to make your dreams a reality. It is about being relentless in your pursuit of success. So what does it mean to take massive action? It means going above and beyond what is expected. It means pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and doing things that may seem uncomfortable or even scary. It means taking risks and being willing to fail. It means being proactive and not waiting for opportunities to come to you, but creating your own opportunities. Let me tell you a story about a man named Jack. Jack had big dreams of becoming a successful entrepreneur. He had read all the books, attended all the seminars, and listened to all the podcasts about how to achieve success. But he never took any action. He was waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect idea, the perfect opportunity. He was waiting for success to come to him. But success does not come to those who wait. It comes to those who take massive action. And that is exactly what Jack did. He started by taking small steps, making phone calls, networking, and putting himself out there. He faced rejection and failure, but he did not let it stop him. He kept taking massive action, and eventually his hard work paid off. Today, Jack is a successful entrepreneur, and he attributes his success to taking massive action. Now, I am not saying that taking massive action is easy. It requires dedication, discipline, and hard work. But the rewards are worth it. When you take massive action, you are constantly moving forward, making progress towards your goals. You are not standing still, waiting for something to happen. You are creating your own success. One of the biggest obstacles to taking massive action is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But as I always say, fear is not real. It is a product of our thoughts. And just like we can create fear in our minds, we can also create courage. Courage to take that first step, to make that phone call, to ask for that promotion, to start that business. I want you to imagine for a moment what your life would look like if you took massive action towards your goals. What would you be able to achieve? How would you feel? Now, I want you to imagine what your life would look like if you continued to wait for success to come to you. Would you have any regrets? Would you feel fulfilled? The truth is, we only have one life to live, and we have a choice. We can either take massive action and create the life we want, or we can sit back and watch life pass us by. I know which option I choose, and I hope you will choose the same. Now, I want to address a common misconception about taking massive action. Many people think that taking massive action means working 24/7, sacrificing their health and relationships for success. But that is not the case. Taking massive action means being efficient with your time, prioritizing what is important, and finding a balance between work and personal life. It means working smarter, not harder. Another important aspect of taking massive action is being consistent. It is not enough to take massive action once in a while. Success is built on daily habits and routines. It is about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It is about being consistent in your efforts and not giving up when things get tough. So how can you start taking massive action today? The first step is to identify your goals and create a plan of action. Break down your goals into smaller, actionable steps. Then, start taking those steps one at a time. Don't get overwhelmed by the big picture. Focus on what you can do today to move closer to your goals. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who will support and motivate you. Find a mentor who has achieved what you want to achieve and learn from them. And most importantly, believe in yourself and your abilities. You have the power within you to take massive action and create the life you desire. Now, to the fourth way to have an unstoppable mindset. Before we dive into our topic, I want you to take a moment and think about the word gratitude. What does it mean to you? For some, it may be a simple expression of thanks, while for others, it may hold a deeper meaning. But one thing is for sure, gratitude is a powerful emotion that has the ability to transform our lives. So let me ask you this. Have you ever stopped and truly appreciated everything that you have in your life? Have you ever taken a moment to be grateful for the air you breathe, the food you eat, the roof over your head, the people in your life, and the opportunities that come your way? If your answer is yes, then I commend you, my friend. But if your answer is no, then I urge you to start practicing gratitude today. You see, gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a mindset. It is a way of looking at the world with a sense of appreciation and thankfulness. And when we cultivate this mindset, we open ourselves up to a world of abundance and endless possibilities. Now, you may be wondering, how does gratitude relate to having an unstoppable mindset? Well, my friends, let me tell you. Gratitude is the fuel that powers our mindset. It is the foundation upon which we build our success and happiness. When we practice gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. We stop chasing after things that we think will make us happy and start appreciating the blessings that are already present in our lives. This shift in perspective allows us to see the world in a whole new light. Instead of dwelling on our problems and setbacks, we start to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. We begin to understand that every challenge we face is a stepping stone towards our goals. And this is what an unstoppable mindset is all about, my friends. It is about seeing the good in every situation and using it to our advantage. But the benefits of gratitude do not stop there. When we practice gratitude, we also attract more positivity into our lives. The law of attraction states that we attract into our lives what we focus on. So when we focus on the good and express gratitude for it, we attract more good into our lives. It's like a ripple effect. The more we appreciate, the more we receive. Moreover, gratitude also helps us to stay grounded and humble. It reminds us that we are not entitled to anything and that everything we have is a gift. This mindset of humility keeps us hungry for success, but at the same time, it keeps us grateful for what we have achieved. It prevents us from becoming complacent and drives us to keep pushing forward towards our goals. But let me be clear. Practicing gratitude does not mean that we ignore our desires and stop striving for more. It simply means that we appreciate what we have while we work towards what we want. It means that we do not let our desires consume us and rob us of the joy of the present moment. Now, you may be thinking, Jim, this all sounds great, but how do I actually practice gratitude? Well, my friends, there are many ways to cultivate a mindset of gratitude, and I will share a few with you today. Firstly, start your day with gratitude. As soon as you wake up, take a moment to think about 3 things that you are grateful for. It could be something as simple as the warm bed you slept in, or the cup of coffee waiting for you in the kitchen. This simple practice will set the tone for your day and help you to start off on a positive note. Secondly, keep a gratitude journal. Every night before you go to bed, write down 3 things that you are grateful for that day. This will not only help you to reflect on the good in your life, but also serve as a reminder to be grateful every day. Thirdly, express your gratitude to others. Take the time to thank the people in your life who have made a positive impact on you. It could be your parents, your friends, your colleagues, or even a stranger who showed you kindness. Not only will this make them feel appreciated, but it will also fill your heart with joy. And lastly, practice gratitude in difficult times. When faced with challenges, it may be hard to find things to be grateful for. But I urge you to look deeper, my friends. There is always something to be grateful for, even in the toughest of times. It could be the lessons you have learned, the strength you have gained, or the support of your loved ones. Find the silver lining and hold on to it with gratitude. And now to the third way to have an unstoppable mindset. I want to talk to you about the power of surrounding yourself with positive and supportive people. As human beings, we are greatly influenced by the people we surround ourselves with. Our thoughts, beliefs, and actions are shaped by the people we spend the most time with. That is why it is crucial to be intentional about the company we keep. The people we choose to surround ourselves with can either lift us up or bring us down. They can either inspire us to reach new heights or hold us back from our full potential. So, my friends, I urge you to take a moment and think about the people you spend the most time with. Are they positive and supportive? Do they believe in your dreams and encourage you to pursue them? Or do they constantly criticize and discourage you? Do they bring out the best in you, or do they bring out the worst? These are important questions to ask ourselves, because the people we surround ourselves with have a significant impact on our mindset and ultimately our success. Now, you may be wondering, why is it so important to surround ourselves with positive and supportive people? Well, let me tell you, the answer is simple. Positive and supportive people have a contagious energy that can uplift and motivate us. They have a way of making us feel good about ourselves and our abilities. They can see the potential in us, even when we can't see it ourselves. And most importantly, they believe in us and our dreams. On the other hand, negative and unsupportive people can drain our energy and bring us down. They can make us doubt ourselves and our abilities. They can plant seeds of fear and self-doubt in our minds, making it difficult for us to move forward. And worst of all, they may not believe in us and our dreams, which can be a significant blow to our confidence and motivation. My friends, I have learned from personal experience that the people we surround ourselves with can either be our greatest assets or our biggest obstacles. When I was a young man, I had big dreams and aspirations, but I was surrounded by negative and unsupportive people. They told me that I was just a dreamer and that I would never amount to anything. They tried to bring me down to their level, and for a while they succeeded. But then I made a conscious decision to change my environment and surround myself with positive and supportive people. And let me tell you, that was one of the best decisions I ever made. These people believed in me and my dreams. They encouraged me to keep going, even when the road got tough. They challenged me to be better and to strive for greatness. And most importantly, they showed me that anything was possible if I had the right mindset and the right people by my side. Surrounding myself with positive and supportive people not only changed my mindset, but it also changed my life. It gave me the courage to pursue my dreams and to never give up, no matter how many times I failed. It gave me the strength to overcome obstacles and challenges that came my way. And it gave me the motivation to keep going, even when I felt like giving up. Now, I want to make one thing clear, my friends. Surrounding ourselves with positive and supportive people does not mean that we should only have people who agree with us and never challenge us. It means having people who genuinely care about us and want to see us succeed. It means having people who will tell us the truth, even if it's not what we want to hear. It means having people who will push us out of our comfort zones and help us grow. So how do we surround ourselves with positive and supportive people? Well, the first step is to be intentional about the company we keep. We must be selective about the people we allow into our inner circle. We must surround ourselves with people who share our values and have a positive outlook on life. We must also be willing to let go of toxic relationships that are holding us back. The second step is to seek out like-minded individuals. Join groups and communities of people who share similar goals and aspirations. Attend networking events and conferences where you can meet new people and expand your circle. And most importantly, be open to making new connections and building meaningful relationships. Lastly, my friends, we must also be positive and supportive to those around us. The law of attraction states that we attract what we put out into the world. So if we want to surround ourselves with positive and supportive people, we must also be positive and supportive ourselves. We must be the kind of person we want to attract into our lives. Which leads me to the second way to have an unstoppable mindset, and that is to embrace failure. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking. Failure? Why would I want to embrace something that is often seen as a negative and undesirable outcome? Well, my friends, that is exactly why I am here today. To change your perspective on failure. You see, failure is not the end. It is not a sign of weakness or incompetence. In fact, failure is a necessary step towards success. It is a crucial part of the journey towards achieving our goals and dreams. Think about it. Every successful person you admire has experienced failure at some point in their lives. From Thomas Edison to Walt Disney, they all faced numerous failures before achieving the success that we know them for today. And that is because they embraced failure and used it as a stepping stone towards their ultimate success. But why is it so important to embrace failure? Well, for one, failure teaches us valuable lessons. It shows us what works and what doesn't. It helps us identify our weaknesses and areas that need improvement. And most importantly, it builds resilience and character. You see, when we fail, it's easy to get discouraged and give up. But it is during these moments of failure that our true character is tested. It is when we face adversity that we have the opportunity to rise above it and come back stronger. Embracing failure also allows us to take risks. We often fear failure because we are afraid of the unknown and the potential consequences. But when we embrace failure, we are more willing to take risks and try new things. And it is through these risks that we discover new opportunities and reach our full potential. Now, I know it's easier said than done. Failure can be a tough pill to swallow. But the key is to change our perception of failure. Instead of seeing it as a negative outcome, we should see it as a learning experience. We should view failure as a temporary setback, not a permanent defeat. And how do we do that? By shifting our focus from the failure itself to the lessons we can learn from it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I use this failure to my advantage? What can I do differently next time? I also want to emphasize the importance of taking responsibility for our failures. It's easy to blame external factors or other people for our failures. But the truth is, we are the ones in control of our own lives. And taking responsibility for our failures allows us to take ownership of our actions and make the necessary changes to improve. But let me be clear, embracing failure does not mean seeking out failure or being careless with our actions. It means being prepared for the possibility of failure and using it as a tool for growth and improvement. And I want to share a personal example with all of you. When I first started my career as a speaker, I faced a lot of failures. I was rejected by numerous event organizers. I struggled to connect with my audience, and I made many mistakes along the way. But instead of giving up, I embraced those failures and used them to improve my craft. I learned from my mistakes. I sought out opportunities to improve, and I never gave up on my dream. And now, I am standing here in front of all of you, living my dream and inspiring others to do the same. Now, I want to talk to you about the number one way to have an unstoppable mindset. And that is by setting clear and specific goals. You see, our minds are powerful tools, and they can either work for us or against us. If we don't have a clear direction, our minds will wander and lead us astray. But when we have a clear and specific goal in mind, our minds become focused and unstoppable. Think about it. Every successful person you know has a goal. They have a clear vision of what they want to achieve, and they work tirelessly towards it. And that is the key, my friends. Having a clear and specific goal is the first step towards an unstoppable mindset. But what makes a goal clear and specific? Let me break it down for you. First and foremost, a clear and specific goal is something that you truly desire. It is not something that others want for you or something that society tells you to want. It is something that comes from within you, something that makes your heart sing and your soul dance. When you have a goal that truly speaks to you, it becomes a burning desire, a passion that drives you forward. And that is the fuel you need to keep going when the going gets tough. Next, a clear and specific goal is something that is well defined. It is not vague or ambiguous. It is not, I want to be rich or I want to be successful. Those are great aspirations, but they are not specific enough. A clear and specific goal is something like, I want to make $100,000 in the next year, or I want to start my own business and have it running successfully within the next 6 months. These goals have a specific target and a specific timeline, making them easier to work towards. Now, some of you may be thinking, but Jim, what if I don't know what my goal is? What if I don't have a burning desire or a clear vision? Well, my friends, I have a simple answer for you. Start with what you know. You may not know exactly what you want to achieve, but you do know what you don't want. Use that as a starting point. Write down all the things you don't want in your life and then flip it. For example, if you don't want to be in debt, your goal could be, I want to be financially free and have no debt. The key is to start somewhere and keep refining your goal as you go along. Remember, a goal is not set in stone, and it can change as you grow and evolve. Now let's talk about the power of specificity. When your goal is specific, you know exactly what you are working towards. You have a clear target, and you can break it down into smaller, achievable steps. This brings me to my next point. A clear and specific goal is also measurable. You need to be able to track your progress and see how far you have come. This not only helps you stay motivated, but it also allows you to make adjustments if needed. For example, if your goal is to lose 20 pounds in 3 months, you can track your progress by weighing yourself every week. If you see that you are not on track, you can make changes to your diet or exercise routine to get back on track. But if your goal is vague, like, I want to lose weight, how will you know if you have achieved it? How will you know if you are making progress or not? The next aspect of a clear and specific goal is that it is achievable. Now, I am not saying that you should limit yourself or set small goals, but your goal should be something that is within your reach, something that you can realistically achieve with hard work and dedication. If your goal is too big or unrealistic, you will only end up feeling discouraged and demotivated. It is important to challenge yourself, but it is equally important to set achievable goals. And finally, a clear and specific goal is time-bound. Time is our most valuable resource, and we need to use it wisely. When you have a deadline for your goal, it creates a sense of urgency and pushes you to take action. It is easy to procrastinate when you don't have a deadline, but when you know that you only have a certain amount of time to achieve your goal, you are more likely to take action and make the most of your time. So, my friends, to have an unstoppable mindset, you need to set clear and specific goals. Goals that are well-defined, measurable, achievable, and time-bound. Goals that come from within you and ignite a burning desire in your heart. With a clear and specific goal, your mind becomes focused and unstoppable. You will have a sense of purpose and direction, and you will be able to overcome any obstacles that come your way.